Terumot, Perek Yud Aleph, Mishnah Bet, second Mishnah in the final chapter of Terumot. This Mishnah is going to talk about Dvash Tamarim. Dvash means the honey of Tamarim, of dates. Yain Tapuchim, i.e. apple cider. Chomet Sidvaniot. Sidvaniot are, one second, I'm going to find the jasper, I looked it up. Sidvaniot are winter fruits, late fruits. You have a jasper bonus. Chomet Sidvaniot. Vinegar made of late grapes, i.e. fruit juices. So if I take Terumah and I make fruit juices, okay, what is the din? What is their din? So in order to understand this, I have to show you a Mishnah in Shvi'it. The Mishnah says, when I take Shvi'it is nikna la'achila, shtiya, or l'sicha. If I have fruits of Shvi'it, you can eat them, you can drink them, you can anoint them, but only le'echol davar shedarko le'echol. You eat the things that are meant to be eaten. Lasuch davar shedarko lasuch, etc., etc. So therefore, lasuch, I anoint things, so I don't anoint myself with, barley, or orange juice, or whatever. And so therefore, the Mishnah says the following. So therefore, the point is, I have to use the food in the way that it was intended to be used. This is a relevance for us. The same rule is true for Terumah and Maaser Shani. The Bartenura says, Lo ninu ela la'achiyah, shtiya usicha. Both, it's only for eating, drinking, and anointing, and you only use it in the way that it should be used. And for this reason, now we're still in Mishnah Bet. I'm going to get this. This is all the introduction to Mishnah Bet. In Mishnah Gimel, we're going to see, you're not allowed to take fruits that were meant to be eaten and make them into juices, into liquids. The only ones that not only you're allowed to, you're supposed to, is yayin and shemen, right? Grapes and olives, the Torah says, are specifically intended to be used as liquids, as drink. Okay? Because it's called Yitzhar and Tirosh. If you look it up in Bamidbar, Yud Chet, Yud Bet, we've seen that pasuk, right? Yitzhar and Tirosh, wine, Tirosh, Yitzhar, I don't remember which one it is. Yitzhar and Tirosh are wine and olive oils. And the grapes, the wine is considered the primary. Grapes were grown not to be eaten, not like we do today, especially were grown to make wine. Olives were grown to make olive oil. Some, the bad olives that you couldn't use to make oil, they would pickle them. But the olives were primarily intended to make oil. That's the way the Torah understands them. So they were made specifically for their juices. But everything else was not made for the juice. And if you think about it, if you then would take an apple and make it into juice, or let's say an orange and make it into juice, what happens when you take it and you put it in the thing and you squeeze it down? What happens to the rest of the orange? What happens is you throw it away. So therefore, that's considered you're losing the essence of the fruit. You're destroying it. Therefore, the Mishnah says you're not allowed to make them. The question, though, is, so our Mishnah discusses, for that long introduction, what if you did? Dvash tamarim, so this is our honey of, juice of, it's the honey of dates. Yain tapuchim, apple wine. Chometz sitvaniot, or the chometz, the vinegar of the sitvaniot, of the fall grapes. I.e., they weren't usable for wine. So you should eat them. You didn't eat them. You made them into fruit juice, even though you were not allowed to. V'shar kol mei peirot shel Terumah. Orange juice of Terumah, frozen concentrated grape juice of Terumah. If a zar drinks them, a non-Cohen drinks them, Rabbi Lezer mechayev keren v'chomesh. Rabbi Lezer says that he has to pay back not only keren plus the chomesh, i.e., it's as if he ate Terumah b'shogeg, the Terumah itself. Rabbi Yeshua poter. Rabbi Yeshua says no, he's exempt. Why? For a non-Cohen who eats them b'shogeg. Why? Is as if he's drinking actual Terumah, as if he drank Terumah wine, or drank Terumah olive oil. Rabbi Yoshua poter michomesh. Why? Okay, because it's not as if you're eating the Terumah. Keren chayav, but Keren you are chayav, you have to pay back. Furthermore, Rabbi Eliezer metamei mishum mashkeh. Rabbi Lezer says it's tamei mishum mashkeh because of a drink. Tameim umetamim. But this is the important part. This is how the Bartenura explains it. Umachshirim zra'im lekabel Terumah kishar mashkim. Okay, it's machshir. It makes a hechsher Terumah like other liquids. Remember we said the halacha is if I have a fruit and it never became wet after I pulled it off the ground, after it was not connected to the ground, it's not muchshar lekabel Terumah. But once it becomes wet from liquid, and we'll see which liquid, then it is muchshar lekabel Terumah. So Rabbi Lezer says, Asher yavo, remember, because the pasuk says, Asher yavo alav mayim, if touched by water, and not just water, there are 7 liquids, okay? What are the 7 liquids? We'll see in 1 second. Yitma, v'chol mashkeh asher yishteh, i.e., once it becomes wet from these liquids, then it's mukhshar lekabel tumah. So Eliezer says fruit juices are also included in this list. Rabbi Yeshua says, Lo manu chachavim shiva mashkim kemonei ptamim. This is a very fascinating comment. It's like a very sort of pithy comment. The Chachamim didn't count the number 7 the same way spice sellers count. I.e., what did spice sellers? How do spice sellers count? When you give them, like you have garlic cloves, he doesn't count 1 clove, 2 cloves, 3 cloves. He gives you a bunch of garlic, and he doesn't count. So they didn't say 7 like a garlic seller, like a spice clove, like a whatever. There's some, like a little peppercorn, 7 peppercorns. Rather, they counted them 7. The Chachamim said 7. 7 is 7. What are the 7? The Bartuna is down here. Okay, he says, they're not like monei ptamim. Kepatam ze shemonet tzrorot p'samim. He counts out the tzrorot, the bundles of spices. Shelo b'diktuk. He doesn't really count exactly, and he adds them. Ava chachamim b'diktuk lanu shiva mashkim. They counted the 7 mashkim. Okay, she'elu bilvad tmeim u'mitamim u'machshirim azra'im. Those are the 7 ones. Ve'ein lo sif aleim. No more. What are they? Mayim, water. Tal, dew. Wine, oil, honey from bees, dvash devarim. Chalav, milk, and dam, blood. All of those are the 7. 7 and not more. So back to our Mishnah. Let's read it again. Am Rabbi Yeshua. Lo manu chachamim shiva mashkim kemonei ptamim. The chachamim didn't count 7 like the spice sellers count. Ela amru shiva mashkim tmeim. There are 7 liquids that make a person that are machshir lekabel tumah. Ushar kol mashkim, and any of the other liquids are tahorim. They are not machshir lekabel tumah. And we don't paskin like Rabbi Eliezer, we paskin like Rabbi Yeshua. 7 and not more than 7, and fruit juice is not one of them. It is not machshir lekabel tumah. We'll stop here. Comments and questions, of course. Contact our@gmail.com, and as always, we'll dedicate the learning to the memory of my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Have a good day.